Okay, so my topic is self-sufficient living, and a basic definition of that would be doing things for yourself and growing your own food and doing not taking a lot of things from the outside resources such as like grocery stores or like things like that. Um, Before I did my research on it, my understanding of self-sufficient living was not very good, and I barely knew anything about it. I knew basically what it was, but like no specifics. And while I know some people know absolutely nothing about it, I still felt like I didn't know anything. When I read and look back on my first essay that I wrote, I see exactly what I knew and what I didn't. That essay is about the most basic knowledge of self-sufficient living, and I don't think it says very much. The basic idea is that self-sufficient living is a way to make yourself independent and to provide everyday needs without a ton of outside help. Yeah, you still might need to go to the grocery store for bananas or something like that. Stuff you can't grow yourself in this climate, whatever climate you live in. And I did have some misconceptions about the information. I thought that the reasons for homesteading were simple and absolutely for everybody. But I know that not everyone has that luxury, and it's just not appealing to a lot of people. I've always loved growing things in a garden and eating fresh fruits and vegetables that I've grown myself, but I just didn't put myself in other people's shoes and look at it through their perspective. When I researched my topic, I gained a lot of information. Not only did I learn about the history of what homesteading is, I learned what it has evolved to in today's society. It started out as the Homesteading Act, which was a way to push people into out west in the 1860s. But homesteading has progressed so much further than that. Nowadays, it is almost obsolete, and today's norms are not helping. For the people who do participate, not only benefit the environment, but they benefit many other things such as the economy and their own well-being. And when I was researching, I found a lot of new perspectives for a lot of different people. And I knew that a lot of people would not like this lifestyle. I learned that a lot of people would do this. But now I know that even if some people would want to homestead, it's probably not even going to happen. Buying land, growing crops, and raising livestock without any help from outside resources might even be considered a distant memory for a lot of the U.S. This information not only rounded out my understanding of my topic, but it also expanded it more than I thought it would originally. I don't know exactly what it's like to homestead, but I know a lot more about it than the average person, only because I've researched it. Like how to start living more self-sufficiently, different techniques, and different resources to learn different aspects of homesteading from. I do still have a lot of questions on exactly what homesteading is and what it's like to homestead. Other than the multiple sources that I've used, I know there are so many more books and magazines and journals that I just couldn't get to. Ones that have even more information than what I read. But how many books would I have to read about other people homesteading before I actually know what it's like? Or is it just better to learn from experience, doing things, even if it was just urban living and growing tomatoes out on a balcony or something. Like, learning from that is more important to me, I think, than just reading about it. I want to know more about everything related to self-sufficient living. I know I don't know probably half of it at this point in time, but if I could know exactly what it's like, then maybe I would have more in-depth knowledge and views on it. I want to challenge people's views on what homesteading actually is, and maybe even convince them to do things more for the environment rather than convenience. Just like going to the grocery store, not doing anything yourself, I guess. And working hard for something that I really want to do is more important to me than a lot of other things in this world. But my final conclusion is that I do want to become self-sufficient one day. I've always had a dream of growing my own food and raising animals. It might seem weird to other people, especially in a more urban setting, but sometimes you can't deny what you want just because other people don't have the same views. Learning what homesteading is while researching is a lot more important to me than a lot of things, but I know that it would take a lot of hard work. While it might not happen tomorrow, you never know what tomorrow will bring.